Alright, let's do this. I'm going to be ranking my top 20 NBA players in the league 5 years from now in the year 2028. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? A couple days ago, you guys saw me react to my 2025 prediction that I made in 2020. I actually thought it was on pretty good pace. I've done a prediction for 5 years in the future every year since 2020. So in 2021, I predicted the top 20 players in 2026, 2022 for 2027, and here we are today predicting the top players in 2028 here in 2023. I'm just going to be doing my top 20, and I'm going to give 5 honorable mentions as well, and I probably should have a larger list than these 5. Only one non-current NBA player made the top 20. You could probably guess who that is. And this is tough, man. Like, just trying to predict this 5 years in the future with these players getting older, taking into account possible injuries, it's a head scratcher. So if you enjoy these style of videos, I'd appreciate dropping a thumbs up. Let me know down below who I left out of my top 20 that I should have had in there. I actually have 6 honorable mentions. First one is Lauri Markkanen. He's going to be 30 years old. I think he could just miss the cut. We have Josh Giddey, who's going to be 25. Really didn't think I was going to put him here just maybe a few months ago. We also have DJ Wagner, who is going to be at Kentucky during the 2023 season. He might be the best point guard prospect we have seen since Cade Cunningham. I also have Matas Buzelis, who could just be one of the best NBA scorers one day. He's going to be playing in the G League Ignite next year. He'll be in the 2024 draft with DJ Wagner. Just missing the cut, I have Cade Cunningham, who is going to be 26, and Zion Williamson, just because I don't think he's going to play as many games that I think he's deserving of a top 20 spot. But yeah, fully healthy Zion, he's probably top 10, but I just can't say that because we haven't seen him fully healthy. All right, so let's start this list off with Brandon Ingram, who's going to be 30 years old. He's probably going to be falling a little bit off this list. As the time comes, you know what? Over the past couple weeks, he's really developed his passing ability, where we've been seeing triple doubles left and right from Brandon Ingram, reaching career highs in those categories, which we haven't seen from him. So if his game can develop and he can become more of a facilitator and a playmaker once he's into his 30s, I think he'll have no problem staying in the top 20 because he could do it on both ends of the floor. At 19, we have my only player that's not currently in the NBA. It's Victor Wembanyama. He'll be 24 years old at the time. I think we do need to take into account injuries that could happen to Wemby. I think he's already had some problems with his back, so I just want to be wary with ranking him. So at 19, I think wasn't too high, but also put him in the list because he could be just a freak one day in the league. He could be an elite rim protector, an elite shooter, somehow one of the best ball handlers in the league at what, 7'5". He's just not even in the league yet, so putting him any higher than this was tough. I'm putting him at 19. At 18, we have De'Aaron Fox, who's having the best year of his career in real life. He'll be 30 years old by then. We're seeing that he's leading the Sacramento Kings to one of their best records in franchise history this season. You'd think he's only going to get better and better, and at age 30, he's probably going to be in the middle of his prime, so I really like the spot for De'Aaron Fox at 18. You can even make an argument for him being up a little bit more. At 17, we have Evan Mobley. He'll be 26, and he could be a defensive player of the year winner by then. You could already have him in the conversation this year, and he's 21 years old, so just 5 years from now, he could have multiple DPOY awards, and if he could just develop like a mid-range or consistent mid-range shot while also developing his post-game skills, he's going to be one of the best big men in the league, and I could look like an idiot for only having him at 17. At 16, we have Paolo Banchero, who will be 25. He's going to win Rookie of the Year this year, and I think just as his shot gets better and better over time, this guy's going to score high 20s consistently at this time period. He went through some shooting droughts this year, but this was just his rookie season. He's setting scoring records for rookies. He's going to be one of the league's best scorers one day, and in 5 years, I think it's a guarantee that he'll be a top 20 guy in the league. At 15, we have Jaylen Brown. I wanted to put him a little bit higher, but he's going to be 31, and just a couple players ahead of him are going to be a little bit younger, at least that play in a similar position. We'll see if Jaylen Brown is on the Celtics in 5 years. Hey, 2028, Matt, like, Jaylen Brown could be on 3 different teams by now when you're reacting to this video. But if he has like maybe that Paul George trajectory throughout his career, I think pretty much 15 to 10 is where he's going to be. But hey, maybe he's the number 1 on a team one day and he leads that team to a successful playoff run, and I got to put him in my top 10. At 14, we have Joel Embiid. Yeah, Joel Embiid's going to be 34 years old. He's had his injury concerns in the past. This year, it looks like he's going to win MVP in 2023. Just 34 years old for Embiid. I don't know what it's going to look like between now and then. I don't think that he's going to be a top 5 player still in 5 years from now. I think he could still be pretty dominant, but these big men, as they get older, they're maybe not as physical in the paint. So we'll see about Embiid aging. Right now, I'm being cautious with him at 14. And even in 5 years from now, I'm going to have the player he's always going to be compared to right ahead of him. We have Nikola Jokic at 13. He's going to be 33 years old. The thing with Jokic is as he gets older and maybe his athleticism dips off because he's not very athletic already, at least compared to the rest of the NBA, but he is the best passing big man. You could say he's the best passer in the NBA. That's probably not going to go away when he gets older. He could even become a better passer as he needs to rely on that a little bit more. But hey, he might be slower inside, which would probably make him one of the slowest big men in the league at that time. But yeah, like I said, he's still going to be an elite passer. Probably still will be a very good shooter. I have him at 13. At 12, we have Darius Garland, one of my favorite point guards in the league at age 28. I think when we talk about like the league's best young point guards, Garland isn't talked about enough because this guy could really be a 50, 40, 90 guy one day as one of the best scoring point guards in the league. And in 2028, I think he could be a top 15 guy in the league. I have him at 12. I don't think I'm drinking that 2K Kool-Aid, but let me know if I'm too high on Garland in the comments. At 11, we have Trae Young. Yeah, Trae Young's going to be 29 years old. I think I could be lower on Trae Young than some of you guys, but there's just so much talent entering the league and will be entering their primes at this time or in their primes. And the thing with Trae is always going to be his defensive ability. I don't think it's going to get too much better between now and 2028, but I do think this season Trae Young has been criminally underrated, and by me as well. Like, he could just be putting up 27 and 10 every single year for the next 5 seasons, and I still will have him at 11, which could make me look like an idiot when I react to this video. At number 10, we have LaMelo Ball. LaMelo will only be 26 at this time and could be one of the top scorers in the NBA. He could also lead the league in assists. We'll see if he's still on the Charlotte Hornets. I'd love to know where he's going to be in 5 seasons from now, but he's going to kick off the top 10. And I was debating him and Trae Young too because LaMelo's defense isn't great, but he definitely has the potential and just the size and the frame to be a better defender than Trae Young over time. At number 9, at 28 years old, we have Tyrese Halliburton. Man, I just talked about Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, and Darius Garland, 3 players that could lead the league in assists. Now, Halliburton might actually be able to lead the league in assists. He's going to be such an efficient scorer, the league's best passer, a good defender, and I think he's a winning player. He's going to make the Pacers a respectable team and can lead them deep in the playoffs. I think in 5 years from now, we're going to see Halliburton be the best team on a Pacers team that's at least had multiple impressive playoff series victories. And those 4 point guards are all in the Eastern Conference, man. The Eastern Conference is loaded with young point guard talent. At number 8, at 31 years old, we have Donovan Mitchell. A couple days ago, when I reacted to my 2025 list that I made in 2020, I didn't even have Donovan Mitchell in my top 20. I'm not making that mistake. I have him here at number 8. We'll see how he improves his game over time when he gets into his 30s. We'll see if he's going to be able to rely on his athleticism as much. He's been so good for Cleveland this season, and if he's still in Cleveland in 5 years, I think this is a perfect spot for him. It's crazy. There's 3 Cavs here in the top 20 with Mobley, Garland, and now Mitchell. At number 7, we have Anthony Edwards at 26. He's going to be entering his prime, and I think this is going to be somebody that I think will be a top 10 player in the league one day. You can even say Anthony Edwards could be a top 3 player one day. We'll see how his scoring ability develops over time. Is he going to be somebody that can prove to be a winning player on the floor? Can he buy in? Can he lead maybe a Timberwolves team to a conference finals, to an NBA finals one day? We will see. But entering his prime, Anthony Edwards at 7, only 26 years old. We'll see where he's going to be at 30 years old, where he could be in the top 3. Coming in at number 6, we have Devin Booker at the age of 31. Booker's efficient enough where I think he doesn't need to rely on his athleticism as much later in his career. Like Jokic and Embiid, we're going to be debating Booker and Mitchell throughout their careers, so I'm very excited to see where they're going to be ranking in 5 years from one another. All right, at number 5, we have Ja Morant, who's going to be 28 years old. I don't have him as one of my best guards in the league. You'll see who I have above him in a spot. But as long as Ja just doesn't get healthy, because every time he dunks the ball and he just flies in the air, I get worried he's going to fall and get a serious injury. And Ja's already had his fair share of injuries throughout his career, but he just seems to be getting better and better and better. He won Most Improved last year. He was an MVP candidate for most of this season, and I'm sure he's going to be in that MVP convo for the next 5 years. At number 4, we have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who will be 29 years old. This could be a hot take saying Shai will be better than Ja in a couple of years. But the thing I just love about Shai is I think he's going to be, and you could say already right now, a better defender than Ja. Also a much better shooter. Shai, like I said Garland before about the 50, 40, 90 thing, I think Shai could take that to a whole nother level. He could be flirting with 50, 40, 90 every season until he retires. He's that good. He makes it look so easy. He can get to the rim with just like no effort. It's insane how talented Shai is. I have him as the 4th best player in the NBA. I still can't believe my Knicks passed up on him in 2018. Hell, the Hornets technically drafted him and then traded him for Miles Bridges. They could be feeling a little bit worse. So at number 3, This is a doozy one. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo at 33 years old. Yeah, I think Giannis will regress a little bit between now and 2028. He'll be 33. Now, Giannis won't be maybe as physical as he is right now in his prime. We'll see if he gets stronger in the next 5 years. We'll see how many rings he wins in the next 5 years. It'd be a massive disappointment if that number is 0. But he's still going to be one of the best two-way players in the league, and Giannis luckily has not had really a major injury to slow him down. I'm knocking on wood that doesn't happen between now and 2028. I just didn't want to pick chalk and have Giannis at number 1 or number 2, so I decided to be a little bit different with him at number 3. Let me know if I'm just being crazy with that. And at number 2, we have Jason Tatum, who's going to be right in the middle of his prime at age 30. I would think he's going to win a championship by then. I would think he's going to win an MVP in the next 5 years as well. And he might just have that narrative push over Giannis by then. Like, they could just be neck and neck, and maybe Tatum wins MVP in his age 30 season or something like that. And then we give the slight edge to Tatum. So I'm just thinking that, like, Tatum's 3 years younger. He has a little bit more to prove, which in people's eyes is going to help out his narrative. So yeah, I'm going with Jason Tatum as my second best player in the NBA in 5 years. And at number 1, I have Luka Doncic, who will be 29 years old. We'll see if he wins a championship. We'll see what team he's on in 5 years. Will it be the Dallas Mavericks, or is it going to be somewhere else? Is he going to buy in? Is he going to be able to coexist with another star around him by then? We will see. And yeah, Luka's going to be my top player in the NBA in 5 years. So let me know what you guys think of that ranking down below. These are very, very tough to do. And I was really proud of the ranking that I reacted to a few days ago. And I'm excited because in 2025, 6, 7, and 8, I'm going to be able to react to these like in full time that I made specifically for that year. So let me know what you disagree with in the comments below. Did I leave anybody out? Did I put anybody in this that shouldn't have been in here? I'd appreciate it if you drop a thumbs up on this video. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.